So my day-to-day role is predominantly to provide outdoor experiences for the children, either at the nursery or more often than not in our base in the woods. So the children I'll do campfire cooking, using tools, green woodworking, kind of carpentry if I'm based at the nursery. If we're in the woods, basically get to lead a massive walk. It's lovely pointing out flora and fauna and all the interesting things that the kids like.
During my A-levels I did some volunteering experience at a local day nursery that was attached to my kind of community college, and I found that really inspiring working with young children. So then I researched into going to the University of Northampton to study early childhood studies and early years teacher status. So I completed my degree, and then I came here for a job interview as an early years practitioner, and they gave me the job, so I've now been working here for nearly 3 years.
I'm paid to play quite a lot, which is nice, and just get to provide fun experiences for kids who go home happy and tired, I imagine, at the end of the day.
I really love working with young children, and now I work in the baby room. I feel like that's my passion of working with that age. It's really challenging at times, but it's also really enjoyable because we have lots of routines to meet in a baby room. So we have the nappy changing, the bottle feeding, the snack times and the sweet times. But there's also those lovely social interactions with the babies and responding to their interests.
I'm not suited to offices. I'd far rather be having a bit of a giggle or a daft joke with a kid. Yeah, it's a lot less stressful than dealing with adults all day, every day. I can really let the immature and childish part of my personality shine through, and it's enjoyed rather than frowned upon.
Part of my job role is being a key person to a small group of babies, observing their interests and supporting their next steps, planning different activities. So for example, if one of our key children has the next step in kind of enjoying making marks in sensory experiences, then I will provide different cornflower, sand, jelly pie to kind of support them with their next step. Also lead within the room, so I'm one of the senior practitioners within the room. So I support other practitioners with their practice and they can come to me for support.
Male practitioners in childcare bring such a richness and depth to what we do because of just their presence, just that they bring things and skills other people can't bring. So there are significant benefits and privileges to have men working within a setting.
At the moment, it's only a small fraction of the early years practitioners are male. All children should have a male role model, especially those that may be of a single parent background with no male role models. It's a benefit for parents too, because we're forever hearing parents saying that the children have come home and Luke this or Simon that, and especially the boys enjoy having a male practitioner around.
It's not your classical manly role, and I do get that, but if I ever experience any light-hearted mickey taking, I generally will ask what they've been doing today and whether it was as much fun as what I've done today. I guarantee I've had more fun.
The main barrier that I've come across is parental wishes. So maybe a parent does not want me to change their nappy due to religious beliefs. So as a nursery, we've made sure that their key person is female, or if in a scenario then I would make sure that a female practitioner would change their nappy rather than myself. But overall it's been really positive for me being in different settings. Yes. So I understand that there's lots of barriers working in early years. You've got the pay, kind of lots of female dominated, kind of that stereotype. I think you've just got to be passionate about it and kind of forget all those little barriers around you and just believe in your passion of wanting to work with young children in early years. You can also do lots of research and study degrees, which will kind of help that career progression into early years as well.
Sitting in my office sometimes as a manager, I hear the staff coming and going, and just hearing a man walk down the corridor and say, "You're all right, mate." You know, for a parent and a child, it brings a totally different dimension.
Spend most of my week playing. And for anyone that, you know, has their own children or enjoys playing with their younger brother or, you know, nieces, nephews and things, you know, everyone likes having a laugh with kids and playing silly games and mucking about, and, you know, I get paid for it.
So yeah, I'm going through forestry school training at the moment, and I started off just bringing them in the minibus, driving the minibus, and started staying with them and really enjoyed it.
When we interview, we ask our practitioners to come and spend a little while. We ask them normally to bring an activity with them, and some bring a book or something they feel, you know, is appropriate for children. But the thing we're most looking for is how they have that magic between them and children, whether they talk to them, whether they relate to them, whether they have fun, whether they feel comfortable, that they get down on the floor with them, that they demonstrate those qualities. You know, that I always say it's like bees around a honey pot, that if you sit there, children will come to you if you have the right attitude and persona to work with children. I can teach people about the EYFS, I can teach them how to do assessments and observations, but I can't give them that magic quality where they actually can connect with a child.
So during my 5 years since I've kind of been working in early years, I've had lots of positive feedback from parents. For example, I know one parent said to me, "Oh, it's lovely to have a male role model working in the early years," and kind of the children always respond to me really happily. So yes, it's lovely to be part of their kind of lives almost. Yeah.
I always find it really heartening when I do parents' evening. Admittedly, I'm not in the rooms as such at the nursery as much as some of the other staff, so I don't get to do a lot of the day-to-day handover with parents. Understandably, because I'm in a slightly different role. But every time I do a parents' evening, parents coming up to you just saying, "Oh, it's lovely how much the kids talk about you. You know, they kind of play make-believe things that you do with them down the garden. You know, they're down the garden and pretend to light fires or use axes, or, you know, and they'll say their kids are out on a walk and they'll be pointing things out to them that the parents didn't know." And I think it's really nice to know that you're having a positive impact on kids.